well, it wasn't the outcome you guys were looking for tonight, but I mean, you saw some good things out of Martinez and the bullpen tonight. Just ultimately, what did you make of your pitchers today?
I thought they all attacked well. Our goal was to go out there and throw strikes and give our team a chance to win. You saw that right there. We had the winning run at the plate at the end, and as a pitching staff, and as kind of our motto is to give ourselves a chance to win. Last 2 days have been tough. One crooked one in an inning kind of sealed the deal. It wasn't, always self-inflicted. Sometimes they're making good swings. Sometimes you tip your cap. But we limited free passes. We went right at guys. A couple of missed spots ended up going over the fence, and that could just as easily swing the other way for us. So I think the toughest part is for us to show up every day ready to go and keep attacking, and we're a good enough team that'll show, and this will just be something that sharpens us up for the rest of this run.
How big of a motivator is setting a career high in strikeouts in a rivalry game like that?
For some people, probably means something. I think for everybody in that room, it doesn't mean anything. When you go and play a series like this against somebody that these games obviously mean more to us than usual, I don't think that those personal stats mean squat. They really don't. It's about a team winning a game. And I think that you could ask any kid in that room right now, and they would say the exact same thing. We have a pretty good culture here that we try to stick to, stay within us, next guy up, who's ready, pick the next guy up, that type of stuff. And I think that's kind of where everybody's head's at in there right now.
Then from a pitching perspective, I mean, you took a look at the other guy that they had in Kramkowski. I mean, what did you make of his night? Just kind of taking on your guys' offense.
Yeah, he threw strikes. He mixed well. He used all of his pitches. He started guys off with spin, and they pitch well. That's what they do. We pitch well. It's just one of those things where we have to show up and just do a slightly better job, right? Like, we're too good of a team to kind of lay dormant like that. Some balls bounce a certain way. It's a different story, right? We don't give up that crooked number. It seems a little more in reach, and maybe we tack on a few earlier in the game, right? And that's just kind of the way baseball goes. Once you think you figured it out, this game will knock you down about 6 or 7 rungs, and then you really know what you're all about. So I think all of this is just ways for us to keep getting better and keep sharpening the axe, so when it actually truly matters late, that's when we're our sharpest.
Now, Kramkowski nearly threw a Maddox. How did that lack of time between innings affect the pitching staff?
I don't think it matters all that much. We try to train our guys to be ready to go and understand the game, and they're paying attention as well. Marty always does a really good job of that. Would you like your guy to have a little more rest? Of course. Time on your feet is just about as easy a way to measure stress as anything. So I think, yeah, but to his credit, he went out there and attacked. He got ground balls when he needed to. He got double plays when he needed to. He kept his pitch count low, and that's what we're supposed to do. That's what he's supposed to do. So, did he pitch one of his better games of the season? I'd probably say yes. I don't know for sure, but I think if we stack our 9 against their 9 any day of the week, I think we can compete and a lot of times win. These last 2 days just haven't gone our way. That's just the game, and it sucks when it's a series like this, but it's what it is. So it's got to make us better, or we fold. That's just not us. That's not the culture that Willie's built. That's not what we're about. So we're going to show up, and we're going to come ready to go tomorrow.
On one hand, you guys struck out 14 of their hitters, and on the other hand, 7 of their 8 hits were with 2 strikes. How much is that, do you think, the fact that they just got the 2 strikes a lot and they just got hits on them, or was it lack of execution?
I think it's a little bit of both, right? Like, I think we did our job of winning the race 2K. I think we didn't execute when we had 2 strikes. I also think that their hitters, at the end of the day, it's not an easy thing to do. Hit a baseball with some of these arms that we're running out there. So I think they did a really damn good job of adjusting their approach and making sure they battled and put balls in play. And when you put balls in play, good things happen. I think if you asked Marty and Marty came in here, he would probably take 5 or 6 of those pitches back. But guess what? He also threw and didn't execute 6 pitches that were swings and misses. So it's really, really easy to remember the negative. It's tough in these moments to focus on the positive and then adjust with what you need to adjust. with. Does that make sense?
After that first inning where he did give up the leadoff home run, he really did settle down for the next few innings. How did he kind of do that? How does he stay poised in that situation?
I think he's one of the better students of the game. I think he pays attention, he uses his misses, he knows what his stuff does. That's what we teach here. And he feels his way through it. He knows what it's supposed to feel like and what he needs to do. He knows that he's not going to throw back-to-back balls poorly, so he's okay in throwing anything in any count. He's paying attention. He's looking at the chart with us. We're obviously doing our homework. He's doing his. A lot of Marty's game is his feel inside of him, and I can't be there in there, right? Like I think along with him, and we discuss it in between innings. But he's a damn good pitcher, and we're lucky to have him. He gave us a chance to win, right? We went down with the winning run at home plate. That game could have easily been where we just laid down and let them stomp all over us, but we didn't. So. Again, focusing on the positives is tough in these types of situations, but sometimes it's good to look at those as well as the negatives.
Do you see a lot of kids these days that have that innate feel?
I think a little less than what probably was in the past. I think at the college level sometimes it's tough because you kind of limit their thinking on their own. A lot of the ownership goes to pitching coaches and coaching staff of what's being thrown in certain counts. That's just not something that we fully do here. I allow my pitchers the ability to shake and throw what their gut says, but they better have a damn good reason why. And we go and think through these things together. They know what plays off of what well, and we go attack. I think that all three of the guys that towed the rubber today did a great job of it. I think the guys that pitched yesterday did a great job of it. We just fell short, right? And, a ball's caught. A ball misses a barrel. We're talking an eighth of an inch, right? An eighth of an inch could be the difference between us winning two and not. So that's why every pitch matters throughout an entire 9-inning game, and we just have to do a better job of locking it in for all of them.
You mentioned that he can throw anything in any count, and he does throw anything in any count. He pitches backwards a lot. How do you guys kind of game plan that?
We go with, opposing scouting reports as well as feel and what he's doing and what we've done prior and what we did the last game. So our goal is to try to keep hitters guessing, and a starter's job is to not only navigate his way through whatever innings he has, it's also very important for him to navigate and set guys up for later in the game when relievers come in, right? The old adage is, the starting pitcher dominates the inside half, so the relievers come in and dominate the outer half. That part is probably gone. So now we just keep these hitters guessing. They don't know what's coming in any count, and that's called pitching, right? And that's what we're trying to teach these guys to do, is pitch and go attack and use their best stuff to the hitter's best, the hitter's weakness, and good things will happen. Again, we just didn't today, right?
And then what went into that decision in the 6th inning to kind of keep him in even after he started getting hit around a little bit?
The 3 hitters that were up, he can dominate them. I think he could dominate the ones that he pitched to before. I think we could do a better job as a pitching staff of knowing when you feel like it's crashing down on you and you feel like people are throwing bricks in a backpack and your shit's getting heavy, right? So I think we can do a better job of just taking a step back, taking a deep breath, wiping it clean, and getting back to attacking, right? Like when something happens negative before you, it usually tends to affect the next pitch. Snowball down a mountain, tumbleweed on a windy day here, right? So I think we can do a better job of that. And all I can say is that this is a very good learning moment for our entire staff, not just Marty in general or Benny yesterday when he had that one rough inning, right? Like Benny gave up some runs yesterday, but guess what? I think 2 of them were hit hard. Our goal is to limit hard contact, miss barrels when we can, go out and attack, and limit free passes. Our guys have done a pretty damn good job of it. I think if we keep stacking pitching performances like this, our offense is too damn good to let this thing continue. So, I'm proud of these guys, and I know those hitters are down on themselves. They're just too good to be. We just got to focus on what we can fix and turn the page and let's freaking go.
Yeah.
Pre-game, I saw a few of your pitchers utilizing the core velocity belt. How does your staff use the belt?
We use it in a lot of ways: overload, underload, training, getting them in positions, pushing them in certain ways. You know, all the intricacies of it are pitcher by pitcher, and pretty individualized. So to answer it one way, I couldn't. But that's just part of their development and what we need them to do, and the mechanics we need them to get in for them to be successful.
The 75 Sun Devils were in attendance today. How special was it to be able to perform in front of them, in front of such a talented program?
I mean, anytime you get those guys that have proven themselves and gone distances in this game, it's always fun to do it in front of them. I know I can't speak for them, right? But I'm sure they were enjoying it. I know the people that I talked to yesterday enjoyed the game because guess what? These are intense games. And they're coming down to the last pitch, so this shit matters. And I think the guys are enjoying it. You know, this rivalry and what we've made it is very, very important to every person in that room as well as everybody in that other damn side. So these games tend to show you some flaws and chinks in the armor, and we just got to go out and sharpen and polish, right? And that's what we're going to do. We're going to do that shit tomorrow. We're going to come out swinging because we're not going to roll over. That's just how we act. That's what we are about here. So it's a great chance for us to go back and answer and show them that nobody pushes us around, right? Like sometimes you get beat. That's baseball, right? Like, you're gonna lose a ton of games and it's gonna feel like a lot. You're still gonna win way more. So let's just go out there and keep winning.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.